Back then, if you say don't do that, that's just like saying go ahead and do it, especially for me. You know, back then, my understanding was if you tell me don't do something, that's like saying do it, because you're making a dare. So, you know, you can't, you know, unless you can whoop them with a telephone cord every day and beat it out of them, but shit, that just make you madder.
All right, so we're heading over to
67 and Western.
67th and Western. This is kind of where you make your name.
Yep. That's why I made my name over here.
And what was the difference for you moving to the west side from the east side? I mean,
Well,
it's more houses, it's more spacious.
Yeah, but you see, that's the whole thing, right? When I got over here, right, everything looked like new. You know, it's like I was moving into poor man's Beverly Hills, you know? So, you know, you have more stuff, because a lot of houses that was on the east side back were, you know, the traditional wooden houses, you know? And like I said, I come over here, a lot of houses is stucco, grass all neat. In this store, see where it says Mr. Spears? Do you know that store has always been Mr. Spears from when I was a kid? There's nothing changed. Jackson's Bar, right there on that corner, was there when I was a little kid, and it's still there. I know Mr. Jackson. '67 Western. Right there with that black car in there, that was my old house.
1849?
Yep. That was my old house. That's a trip. This area has not changed at all, except for the house colors, but far as that, the grass and everything, the only thing changed right behind this this parking pole, there was a big tree right here. There was a big tree where that truck is.
So how what year was it when you got over here to this house?
I guess about what, 70, I guess about 73, about 72, 73.
And there was no Rollin 60s or a Trey Gangster at that time.
No, that was about to form about, I guess, a couple of months after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like coming real fast.
But Westside was still pretty known.
No, the Westside was known, but you didn't have the individualism by then, you know. But this is still the same. Ain't nothing changed.
So who'd you stay with in this house?
My moms and dads stay right here.
And it's relatively still predominantly African American.
Yes, it is. That's why I kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, I wish I could, if it was a house over here right now for sale, I wouldn't mind moving back over here, you know? I always felt comfortable on the street, seriously. I guess the street you stay on the longest, you do feel a little comfortable.
Now, a big part of the 60s and the A-trays, I mean, they're basically right next to each other.
Yeah,
right here.
across, like that's Western down there, right?
Yeah.
And so we were on this side and they were on that side. You know, so back then, we didn't cross that boundary. You know, we didn't cross that line across the street back then.
But when you first moved here, it wasn't like that.
No, everybody can, you know, everybody was everybody. Yeah, but everybody, you know, we was, like I said, we was all together back then. So we would come over each other's house, you know, because Horace Mann was right around the corner.
All right, so when you moved over here, who were some of the first cats you met?
So like I said, my boy Shyster, he stayed across the street, you know. Then around the corner, you know, you had my boy Daryl Colson, D Loco, and Mumpy. They stayed around on 68th, you know. And then my boy Manuel Player, he stayed around this corner, you know. And who else? Shoot. My boy Johnny Hall, he passed away though. My boy Ken Bone, he stayed around the corner also. And it was basically like everybody, we was all like in this whole group. So the first ones I met was the ones on my street. Then I started meeting the guys around the corner. Then when I went to 74th, that's when I ended up meeting like Mike Moncrief and stuff like that, you know, Ronnie Pace. And, you know, on a cast of hundreds.
So around what year did you start to gravitate towards real cripping?
Horace Mann, that's when everybody really start getting they're getting their own sense of identification, as far as where they wanted to do, what they wanted to bang with, who they wanted to bang with, you know.
So we're talking about 7th grade, 12 years old.
7th grade.
So this side of Western would be considered the north side A-trays.
Yeah.
and that's where Tookie lived in that
Yeah,
area.
they stayed on 69th and Dinker around that way. And, you know.
And Monster Cody lived in that area.
On 69th. You know.
And I don't know if you knew Big Jack. Big Jack stayed over there.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people that lived right on that other side.
Yeah, on that 69th and Dinker side, and we were on this side. But like I said, we all still could mingle with each other because nobody wasn't thinking about no set tripping or nothing like that. You know, that didn't come till later on. You know, it's amazing how when people fall out with each other, right, especially when it comes to gang, the same places that you used to want to go, now you being fearful because, you know, to go over there because you don't know the mindset or the mind frame of the next person that's over there. You thinking, damn, is he going to trip on me even though he grew up with me? You know?
Did you ever cross paths with Tookie?
Yeah. He used to always be up there on 69th, especially at a Mr. Spears liquor store or at Vivian's at the Vivian's Cafe up there. You know, every time you see he had that trench coat on with that rag around his head. You know, then he had and Jimel following him. That dude, man, I don't even put his name in the same sentence, Jimel.
I know. Well, you brought him up.
But you know.
But at least at that time, Jimel was cool with Tookie.
I mean, he was cool, right? But he wasn't no hell of a killer, you know.
Which he would probably be proud of saying that right now.
No, he like I said, and I'm gonna say this again, and I sent this to his YouTube, right? When he made that statement about that killing and mentioned these other names, I don't care what type of reputation he can build himself on, he fucked it off. You know? If you go to a party and you got an upset stomach and shit on yourself, and ain't nothing you can do after that to save it. You shit it on yourself. You embarrassed yourself. So that's what he did with himself. He fucked off any reputation he had due to the fact is he turned around and made that statement. So that's the worst thing he could have did. He just screwed up. So, you know, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't care if he's sick or not, or sick in the head, or wherever country he hiding in, or whatever state the hell he at. You know?
So yeah, what would make a guy like him who grew up with to eventually say, I hope he gets executed, I hope he dies?
That's jealousy. I guess he feel because he didn't really put him in his book and pump him up like he wanted to be, right? It turned into a jealous thing. Well, hell, nobody didn't tell you not to go to jail. What kind of stories can we tell about you? Oh yeah, that's Jimel. He never went to jail. Shit, you ain't did nothing. Okay, you started the Avalon Gardens, right? But I ain't never heard no story say, yeah, Jimel went over here and blasted this place up. Jail went over there and did this, he did that. You ain't did nothing, but just walked around with some overalls on, you know, with some 97-cent baby oil in your back pocket. You know, so this shit don't faze me none. All the real gang members, you know, that was really doing something, they end up going to the pen.
I don't know if you paid attention to his timeline, but one thing he said was, after Raymond died in '79, I found Tookie and I brought him to the hood.
Man,
the timeline is all messed up
look,
on that.
That's a bold-faced lie. He can't even put no timeline to that lie. The bottom line is Tookie had been well established way before that. Like I say, it's amazing how you wait till somebody die, right, and start lying, you know? If I died tomorrow, he'd probably get on there tomorrow. I told him how to play guitar. You didn't teach me how to do shit. The thing about it is, don't wait till somebody die and start lying.
Well, here's the thing. When he started his lies, it was in the early 90s, and the internet and social media wasn't active. Now you say one thing, and it gets posted.
Yeah.
You'll have everyone exposing that as a lie immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because everybody know better, you know? So, you know, I don't even know why he sat up there and did that. I don't know if he's doing it trying to get paid. I guess he figured if I lie, so what? I'm going to still get paid for my lies. Some people are like that, you know? So the bottom line is, you know, he like I said, any reputation he had built up for himself, he fucked it off when he did that about Took. It's really messed up how he caught that case, you know, because you got a lot of people still believing that he did it.
Well, one of his Cody's, Blackie, snitched on him. Did you ever run across Blackie back in the day?
I don't think nobody ran across him at all.
Well, he got deported to Canada. Interesting, he was a Canadian.
Yeah,
all these years, he was a Canadian.
Yeah, his birthday, you know, his birth date is Canadian
and
now.
Here's the trip, I don't know if anyone knows this. When he got to Canada, he actually killed a person, and it's on surveillance. He's seen killing a man on surveillance, and this is the dude that informed on Tookie.
Yeah.
That ended up doing his own killings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But like I say, a lot of people, if you tell them, right, that you going to death row too, a lot of them break down. See, when I caught my case, I knew who did mine. You know what I'm saying? After the fact, But the thing about it is, I didn't say nothing. Did my time and got out. You know, because I was old school. I just did it and just came home. You know, fuck it. You know.
So basically, you took a case that wasn't yours.
That wasn't mine. And the guys that sent me to prison, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know, they can have grandkids, a whole big family now. To me, they ain't nothing but rats. You know, and if they was a rat back then, their kids probably a bunch of rats. You know, like father like son or children like grandkids. But you know, that's how I feel about it. You know, because like I said, I could have been like these new wave dudes right now and just told from the gate and never went in. But I kept my mouth shut because that's how it was. You know, so hey, bottom line is, like I said, you know, the guys that sent me to prison, if you're looking at this, you're still a rat.
Now my question is, how come the police and the DAs don't know when people are snitching on others and
hey, look,
and sending people to prison?
Look,
just
I'm gonna be honest with you. The police ain't that stupid. They know if you can get one weak person right to make your conviction right, all they have to do is just put it on that person. Well, he the one made the statement. Why would he make that statement? Because you're scared as dumbass. So the thing about it is, that's how it was with me. They got these guys to get up here and make a statement, you know, under pressure, under duress, and they did it. You know, instead of saying, hey, look, Pretty wasn't the one that did that case. But he did it anyway, so, you know, the hell with him.
Now, as part of it, the police just wanted to get you off the streets anyways?
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Back then, any gang member after that war started with a big name that was known for pulling triggers or violence, all they was looking for was a break for any gang member to catch any type of case, right? Whether you did it or not. And if somebody can say you did it, right, they'll take that person and say, look, we know you seen it. You can go to jail for holding back evidence. So the average gang member back then, you know, wasn't too bright. He'd believe it and get on the stand and tell.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.